Hi guys and welcome to Mbali Talks. The other day in the comment section, somebody said that sharing survey sites is useless because people are actually looking for more sustainable ways for them to be able to make money online. So I thought today's video should actually be dedicated to exactly that. I'm going to be sharing with you a couple of websites that you guys can check out if you're somebody who's looking for a full-time and or a part-time job online. Some of these jobs will require you to have a bit of experience and also be able to obviously upload your CV and or to be able to share the kind of skills and experiences as well as qualifications that you may have in order for you to qualify for these gigs. Without wasting any more of your time, let's get right into it. The first company that we're going to look at is actually called Remote Workers. They say here they help people to find remote jobs. You just apply directly to companies that hire remote workers. Then you get to work from home or set up your office anywhere in the world. Before we can explore the search tab, I just want us to look at the remote job categories that they offer on Remote Workers. In the past 2 days, they say they have about 529 remote jobs open, which I feel like that's a lot of job opportunities, which means anyone from anywhere in the world can actually find a job that either relates to their skill and or their industry, but still be able to work from the comfort of their home. Some of the categories that they have are customer service jobs. They even write the amount of jobs that are actually open under that category. Graphic design jobs, Q&A jobs, marketing and sales, writing. These writing jobs actually work well for somebody who's into either content writing, is a copywriter, or just a general editor. They also have more formal jobs like human resources, accounting and finance, project management, programming if you're somebody who's in the IT space, DevOps, mobile development, data science. The list is basically endless. When you scroll down their website, you're going to see the latest remote jobs that they actually have, such as influencer marketing, client support specialist, DevOps engineer, etc. And when you look at some of those jobs, you're going to feel like, oh my goodness, it's written USA only or Europe only, etc. But there are those that are written worldwide, full-time jobs. So these are the ones that you're actually going to be focusing on if you're somebody who's outside of the US and or outside of Europe, because obviously you want to be able to work from anywhere in the world. And when you scroll further down their website, you're going to come across the most popular jobs, which most of them, based on my research, were actually worldwide jobs. Virtual assistant jobs, QA tester, customer support team lead. These are basically all the jobs that I often say you can actually apply for online, like being your virtual assistant and or a customer support specialist, etc. These are easier jobs for you to be able to get if you're somebody who's outside of the US and or of Europe, but are still looking for a full-time job. As you can see, a lot of them are denoted as full-time jobs. Therefore, this means that these are jobs that you're going to be needing to actually apply for them the same way that you would a proper job. So it's not like those easy click one-way job that you're then going to get paid for just a couple of clicks. This is real money. These are real jobs. They need you, even when you're applying, to dedicate yourself in the application process the same way that you would if you were applying for a physical job where you'd have to go into the office to be interviewed. This is your platform for you to be interviewed. So you will need to properly sell yourself as somebody that wants either of these jobs. So we're going to click this tab here, written view all remote jobs, just so that you guys can have an idea of the worldwide jobs that they actually offer. Once you get onto this tab on remote workers, you need to come here on the remote location and actually select worldwide, so that obviously you can get an idea of the jobs that are actually available worldwide. Some of the easiest jobs that you guys can actually check out if you're somebody who feels like, you know what, Mbali, I don't actually have a lot of qualifications in, say, maybe accounting or human resource. There are easy jobs that you find some of the companies are willing to hire and train you, so you don't necessarily need to actually be qualified and or have a skill. Some of those jobs include customer service, writing, marketing and sales, graphic designing, etc. So if somebody's looking for an online job, for example, I'll probably come click here, this customer service job, so that it can show me the different customer service jobs that are actually available. A lot of these, when I clicked them, look like they were from the US, but there were a few that were actually written worldwide, which means those are the opportunities that you should actually be looking into in order for you to be able to apply. All you have to do, obviously, in order for you to be able to get jobs on remote workers is for you to sign up and create an account for yourself. And once you've created this account, you will be required to complete a profile, which means you will need to share with them your skills, your experience. If you have any certificates, say maybe in the industry that you're applying for, and or you have any job references that they can actually contact, probably via email, that would be a good place for you to actually be able to include those, so that when they review your job application on remote workers under the different companies, because different companies actually post these jobs, because remote workers is actually just a platform where the companies come for them to be able to post their jobs. So those companies are going to behave the same way as a physical company would by reviewing your online profile that you have updated updated here on remote workers before they can decide if you actually qualify for those jobs. Once your profile is now completed on remote workers, you will then gain access to the different job listings so that you can be able to check out the different jobs that are actually available for you to be able to take advantage of. And then obviously wait for a review period for those different companies so that they can decide if they're actually willing to hire you based on the profile that you would have put on remote workers. But I just feel like, as somebody who is trying to find a more full-time job online, wanting to work from anywhere in the world, remote workers is definitely one of those websites that you can check out that posts different remote jobs that you can actually take out and take advantage of. Before we move on to the next website, please can you reward me for this video by just hitting the like button so that it does well on YouTube's algorithm. And also, if you haven't already, please do hit that subscribe button so that you can join our community, as well as keep all your notifications on so that you never miss out on any of the content that happens here on Mbali Talks. Now, let's get right back into it. The next website that we're actually going to check out, which you can use in order for you to be able to find remote jobs online, is called outsourcely.com. This website is actually a website that works for both employers that are trying to find remote workers, as well as for remote workers like you and I that are actually trying to find jobs from anywhere in the world. Like all remote job platforms, outsourcely.com has a wide variety of categories that you can actually choose from that we're actually going to look in a bit depth, because I actually did sign up on their platform and I just want to take you through a bit of the process of what they actually do. They say the easiest way to connect to talented remote workers from 180 countries specializing in different skills, which basically means they hire people from 180 plus countries from around the world. So I'm sure that wherever you are in the world that you're watching this video, your country and or your skills also qualify to be able to find jobs on outsourcely.com. Since we are for remote workers, we're actually going to click on this tab here on outsourcely.com just so that we can get an idea of what they're actually saying to people like us that are actually looking for remote jobs. It says here thousands of amazing startups are seeking to fill long-term remote positions, which is basically where you come in. Already on the website, they do have a list of full-time jobs that you can check out that have actually been posted as recently as the 31st of August, which is basically a couple of days ago. Some of these jobs include web developer, Amazon Seller Central expert, as well as senior accountant. The list actually goes on and on. Chat sales support, sales representatives, for customer service representatives, etc. And as you can see, a lot of these jobs are actually full-time jobs. However, once in a while in the middle of those, you're actually going to find part-time jobs as well, which means if you already have a full-time job and or you're somebody like me who's always working online on other platforms, you can still apply for some of the jobs that are available on outsourcely.com on a part-time basis, just for you to obviously increase the amount of money that you're actually making at the end of every month. Outsourcely.com actually offers a lot of remote jobs under different categories. There's design and multimedia, there's web development, there's content writing. Some of these categories are actually easy categories that you can get into, say for example like the writing and content ones, because like I have been mentioning in a lot of my videos previously, content writing, social media management, etc., those are becoming real careers for people that you can actually tap into if you are one, don't have a job and you're trying to find out what you can actually do and you don't really have a formal university degree, etc. The more social media management and or content writing experiences that you get on platforms like outsourcely.com by taking those small jobs, the more likely you are to end up turning that into a career that can actually make you money on an everyday and or on a monthly basis for you to be able to live off it and pay your bills. There's also easier jobs to get into, like the administrative support jobs, customer service jobs, sales and marketing, etc. Literally, the possibilities for you to be able to work online if you're looking for a full-time job and or a part-time job are endless. And platforms like outsourcely.com are actually those platforms that you can check out if you're looking for those types of jobs. As mentioned earlier, I actually did sign up on outsourcely.com by creating an account. Their sign-up process is actually an easy one. It's a two-step process where you'll be required to, first of all, put obviously your email so that they can contact you, and secondly, create a password for yourself. Once you've done that, you are going to be sent an email that says they have actually verified your account and now you're ready to start. And then once you have verified, you're going to open up onto a profile exactly like this one that you guys can see here. Before you can get started to work on Outsourcely, they say create your Outsourcely profile to advertise your skills, abilities, intelligence, and work experience to employers around the world. These employers are looking to build long-term sustainable relationships, not short-term freelance jobs or projects, which basically means this is a platform that is looking for people that are more on a full-time basis and or a part-time basis, which means it's not those micro task platforms. It's for people that are actually looking for real jobs online in order for you to be able to actually make a real salary for yourself. Please take time and complete your profile to the best of your abilities. Once completed, your profile skills and work experience will be searchable by employers. You'll also be able to apply for jobs and communicate directly via private chat, email, live video or voice calling, and video or voice messaging. We give you all the tools you need to successfully communicate with employers to secure a reliable remote job. They say here, good luck, hashtag team outsourcely. So I actually tried to search for jobs without actually having to complete my profile, but this is exactly what happens. They say, please complete your profile before you can access this page, which basically means before you can be able to even search for jobs on outsourcely.com, you will need to 1, enter your skills, 2, your availability and experience, and 3, your about me section, which is why I said to you guys, when you are filling out your profiles on platforms that are actually hiring remotely, you'll need to make sure that you're filling out as much information about yourself as possible. You need to remember that as a remote worker, these people most likely will never meet you physically. So you can't say you're going to charm them once you see them and you're going to talk to them nicely. No. Before you can even be chosen for certain jobs and or before you can even apply for certain jobs, you will need to first sell yourself online by creating a very strong profile for yourself that showcases your skills, your abilities, your intelligence, as well as your work experience. This is the only way that you're actually going to be able to find real jobs online, guys. If you're somebody who feels like this is not for you, then please stick to the videos that talk about the easy ways to make money online and taking surveys. But if you're somebody who's sitting at home right now with even a bit of skill and or no skill at all, and say maybe you're looking for a customer service job or a virtual assistant jobs, then platforms like Outsourcely as well as remoteworkers.net, as what we spoke about earlier in the video, are platforms that you can actually check out. But again, like I said, in order for you to be able to be hired for real jobs, you will be required to put in a bit of work by creating a very strong profile for yourself so that obviously you can get picked by employers, and or once you've applied for jobs, it's easy for you to actually move on to the sort of interview stage before you can even get hired. So if you have a good profile for yourself, then that will definitely work in your favor. With all that said, I've come to the end of this video. If you found this video valuable, please just hit that like button as well as hit the subscribe button so that you can join our community. And also please make sure to leave your notifications for the channel on so that you never miss out on any of the things that happen here in Mbali Talks. All the best with trying to find an online job, guys. You have my 100% support.